Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today we're going to be jumping in some more Town Hall 12 and 11 triples on some internet-style bases that you may have seen in the past. Alright, so we're going to jump into the most recent war here, and I've got this first base. You may have recognized this one, so let me go ahead and take a look and scout this one. Does this look a little familiar where it's got kind of the three Inferno towers isolated, then a little kind of lanes right next to them? Well, it's a similar base. It's not exactly identical, but to one that was used by Team Queso in the World Finals. So you can just see it's kind of flipped and it has a little different compartments, and the town hall is located a little bit differently. So you can kind of see they're a little bit similar. They have some similar characteristics, but they're not obviously 100%. But let's go ahead and jump into how Hex was able to 3-star this one. So Hex decided to come in with a queen charge hog attack. You can see he's dropping the queen near the town hall over here, using a wizard up here at about 9 o'clock. He also has 2 P.E.K.K.A.s. Interesting. Let's go and see how he decides to use those. So it looks like he wants to get the queen to go up and then down. He does have 1 jump spell, which is going to be used right in this section. Going to give the queen access right to the core of this base here. Dropping some archers on the top side, but he does have a stone slammer. He's going to use the stone slammer on the top side up here, not with the queen. So not using a wall wrecker, not using it on the initial entry, and drops a poison on the king, and out comes lava and the archers, using the P.E.K.K.A. to clear a bit of more funnel down here. So he's going to get some nice value, and that queen is going to charge into this base, uses a minion to pick off the pup to grab the town hall. So very nice job there. The P.E.K.K.A. did some nice value. Look, it's still going around. Going to go to the Tesla next, take it down 1 shot. And then beautiful job taking out those defenses. And look at this. He's dropping a freeze on the town hall. Not a rage to keep that queen going faster, but a second freeze on that town hall. Then uses the rage for the queen and deeper inside the base right here as she's getting access to the multi. And then you're going to see she's going to jump into here and get access to the enemy queen. Eagle does just activate here, and he hasn't even dropped his king yet. But the hogs are going to come right in between here with the warden right on ground. So he has the second P.E.K.K.A., which the second one is going to continue this path down here. And here comes this 2 sets of hogs on these archer towers. The king is going to clear all this trash up here. And these hogs are going to move through the base just like this. And then here is the stone slammer, and it's going to clear its section there. So you can kind of see if we zoom out, the queen was responsible for all of this. The king was responsible for all of this. The hogs were going and being responsible for the inside of this base right here. And then the stone slammer is responsible for the top side. So you can kind of see how he broke up this base. Nice job. He uses plus the warden ability right here through the back end. So he pretty much had everything covered. And then the queen broke through this wall here and got access to the second multi. And then it's just a matter of these hogs that are going to finish this base off. Very nice job. Hex coming in with the queen charge hogs and getting it done. We saw a couple different internet-style bases, which you may have seen this one in the past. I know I've brought it up on the stream, and you guys have definitely pointed out that you've seen it and recognized it from other videos or even some other live streams. Alright, so the next one is just a standard island base that you guys may be familiar with, but this one has an interesting queen location, which is on the outside towards the edge. So let's see what Nick decides to come in with. And this is another queen charge hogs. But look, we got single target infernos. You would think that if you're going to take single target infernos, you're going to do something like a drag bat or something with bat spells. But Nick decides to do queen charge hogs. So how is he going to get this, right? The queen's going to walk here, and then she's going to charge into the base here. But if you're going to do a type of charge, you need to get rid of this, that single target inferno. Otherwise, it will fry your queen. But so look at this. He has 6 balloons right here. Pops the king ability, removing the trash, but not necessarily just all the trash, but removing the archer tower. He drops 1 balloon right there to make sure that the balloon targets this single target inferno, and then once it does, he drops the rest of the balloons there. So the rest of the 5 drops a balloon in this path to see if he pulls a Seeking Air Mine, and then there it is. Down goes the single target inferno. Now the queen has free reign to charge into the rest of this base here. Took out the enemy queen pretty easily. Took out the single target pretty easily, and there was the other expo that he was able to reach right there. And now the queen, under the rage, going to poison the dragon, and she's going to be responsible for taking out the town hall. And What comes out of the CC? Well, an Ice Golem and Balloon. So he had to use the freeze spell a little early, drops, or not the freeze spell, the poison spell early, drops the freeze right there, and now he's sending the Stone Slammer for this Expo. There's going to be Hogs inside of that, right? And then he's going to have the Hogs and the Warden come for the top side for that single target Inferno, and they're going to loop right around the base like this. The Queen kind of charged in here and walked this whole side, and it's just a matter of now having all these Hogs under the heels, taking out the rest of this island base. So very nice job, was able to charge the Queen in. And remember, if you're hitting those island bases, you're going to want to pick off those single target Infernos or multi-target Infernos in their compartments so that your heroes or whatever the charges that it might be doesn't get picked off. Usually if it's obviously the multi will wreck through the healers as they pass that island compartment. If it's a single, it will lock onto your Queen and just wreck your Queen. So you have to take care of that, but once you do, you can kind of see how simple it is to kind of get through the rest of the space. And Nick does a beautiful Warden ability right there, gets all the Hogs as they split in all those different directions. So very nice hit here, Nick, at getting the 12v12 on the island base. You can see these bases, sometimes people just don't like to hit them because it's one of those bases where you're expected to, like, oh, it's an easy 3-star, and you overthink it and you might get the 1 or even maybe get a 0 sometimes. All right, so here is another base that you guys might be familiar with. I know I've seen it a handful of times at Town Hall 12. I haven't seen it, I don't think, at Town Hall 11, but at Town Hall 12, the Town Hall is still in the same kind of location as well. So let's go ahead and see what Golden Graham comes in with a Queen Charge Lalo, right? So you're going to see the Queen's going to get started right down here, right after this King. So here's the Queen right here. So he's waiting on to drop the healers to make sure that this King is going to go up here and clear all this trash, because he wants his Queen to go this way, and then he wants to break the Queen in here, but not necessarily break because he doesn't have wall breakers, but he does have the jump spell. So he's going to drop the jump right in here. Baby Dragon removes that border to help get that funnel the Queen her into the core, to the Eagle and to the enemy Queen and the CC. So that's all that he wants. A ton of value. Plus, obviously, try to keep the Queen alive. And if she steps up through here, she can reach 1, 2, 3, reach that multi-target Inferno. So that multi-target Inferno is in a pretty bad location right there, because if he gets inside here, he can reach it with the Queen. If it was one more tile this way, it wouldn't be able to be reached over the wall, or it wouldn't be able to be reached over here. So that was a little bad test or multi-target Inferno location, but it's good in terms of obviously hitting the base here. So out comes the CC, drops the poison on the Velk, the Witches, the Ice Golem as well, so he's going to get through. Let's go ahead and put it on ×2 at this point. And now the Stone Slammer is coming from the bottom side, drops a Rage for the Queen, gets through the enemy Queen, no problem here. And so here's the Stone Slammer moving his way through. If you were thinking about this was a Town Hall 12, obviously you need 51% before this Town Hall activates for it to activate by itself, or you just have to damage it, right? So you could essentially do the same thing. If there's a defense around the Town Hall, the Stone Slammer could be used, and once it drops a bomb right next to the Town Hall, it will activate it through the damage. So something to think about. Usually sometimes they may have Teslas or Tornado Trap or Scalies by the Town Hall for this type of base, because I've seen it before, but hey, you never know. Finds the Tesla field right inside the base right here with a Tornado Trap, but look at how many balloons Golden Graham has still up in this attack. So very nice job on this internet style base, taking it down. Now let's go and take a look at another Town 11. It's not necessarily going to be a internet style base, but a very interesting use of the electrone. Alright, so we're going to take a look at Octogram's attack here with the electrone. Before we play this, where do you think he's going to enter, and what is the purpose, and what do you need to get with the electrone part? Well, remember, the Trone part stands for kind of the clone spell of the attack. So here are the clone spells right here, and he's using 2 of them, right? And where are you going to fly? Well, if you're going to have the blimp to fly in, you're going to have to fly in from a straight path, right? So let's figure this out. Here's the Town Hall over the Queen, right? Okay, so the Queen is over here. So you're going to have to fly in. Let's say you fly into the multi. I mean, that would be good, because what happens, right? You have the sweeper that is blowing you back right here, and you don't want to fight that. Actually, the radius is even larger, so that is pretty bad. I mean, so what is he going to do? So if he's going to fly like this, he's going to have to barely clip that, I guess, that edge right there. He could do a Stone Slammer into here as well, but let's see what he decides to do here. Decides to drop a Lava Hound followed by a Blimp, right? So that's going to let this blimp get deep into this base here. It does get pushed back, does have a double clone. Pulls some air skellies from the opposite side over there, drops the poison. Air skellies are going to go down, but Z-Drag gets one skip. That's all you need. You need the E-Drag, a max E-Drag. One skip will kill a level 50 queen. And then what? So he's got 5 wall breakers here. Well, he's going to use the wall breakers in this compartment right here. And you take a look at this multi-target inferno range, it's barely outside here. So if the wall breakers come into here, they will get hit. So he doesn't have a free spell. How are he's going to sneak these wall breakers into here? Well, look at this. The king is going to loop his way inside the base, pop his ability, and as this multi-target inferno is distracting all these barbarians, bam, in comes all the wall breakers while that multi is distracted, so he doesn't have to drop a freeze or even use it. He can take some other haste spells. So nice job. Now this ice golem does die on the king, so that means the queen has full reign to move inside the space here. Pops ability, but where does she go? She goes on the outside, unfortunately. So that multi-target inferno looks like it's going to be staying up in the raid. He wanted the queen to loop inside and get this whole section and then just lalo the rest of this base over here. So how is he going to react? How is he going to adjust? Well, he's dropping the hastes across the board, still has warden ability, drops it, pops it actually, not drops the warden ability. He's flying in some more balloons on the top side, some more on this archer tower, and it's just a matter of overwhelming the space here with the balloons. Very nice job. No more spells, but you see that last defense was supposed to go down by, and there's a tornado trap of all traps right next to the multi. Was supposed to go down by the queen, but he was able to get through with enough troops and spells. Beautiful job. I mean, the wall break really didn't obviously get him the value he wanted. He just wanted that queen to get in for that multi. Either way, he was able to get that 11v11 triple. And so that's going to wrap up today's video on some of the internet bases or similar style internet bases you might see at Town Hall 12 or 11. And then that 11 is also kind of like a Town Hall 12 base, but little modified with the extra defenses. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe down below for the daily content. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.